It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good evening. Welcome to Hopewell Valley High School, the home of the Bulldogs, as we get set for quarterfinal round action in the CVC High School Basketball Tournament. And tonight, the Bulldogs hosting the 12-seed Notre Dame Irish. Tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by the New Jersey Education Association, Kessel Dermatology, Capital Health System, Team Toyota, the Revere Restaurant. Thanks to Notre Dame High School for making portions of tonight's game possible, along with DiLorenzo's Pizza, your Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, the Trenton Thunder, and the Trentonian. This is the Trentonian pregame show, moments away from getting this one underway. Again, the quarterfinal round between the 4-seed Bulldogs, the 12-seed Irish, and the winner gets to move on to the semi to either face the 1-seed Lawrence or the 8-seed Allentown. Also thanks to Hyundai of Trenton for being on hand tonight, and Haldeman Ford here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow. And we welcome Gus Barber and Nick Gallagher here into our Trentonian pregame activities. And guys, the Notre Dame Irish, maybe unexpected here in the quarterfinal round, but they got a big help from Will Foley, who gave them 30 points against Heightstown. Nick, a great effort by Will, and they're going to need him big time here to continue that big performance. But they have had a balanced look throughout this season, so different guys have been able to emerge, but certainly they would not be here without the major effort from Will Foley in the opening round of the CVC tournament.
Yeah, and it was a miraculous defensive effort for Notre Dame to shut down Heightstown towards the latter stages of that game. Will Foley and Lucas Shutterwitz with 14 points as well, and a Notre Dame 6-game losing streak. It was Notre Dame's second win of the year against Heightstown out of their 5 wins, a really down season to their standards, Chris. I mean, they are not in this position ever. This is a Notre Dame team that consistently puts up 10 to 15 to 20-plus wins every single year, and they've been that team every year consistently. This is just that one exception of the rare occasions you rarely see from a very good program. But hey, I mean, it is February. This is February madness, as I like to say. Anything could happen when these two teams get together. Notre Dame won against their earlier matchup against Hopewell Valley. I'm sorry, they lost, their earlier matchup in the season in mid-January to Hopewell Valley by 13 points. But Notre Dame has really dominated this series overall, winning their 3 of the last 5 matchups. And a little deja vu tonight as well. These two teams met in the exact same round last year. Different scenario, different rosters, as well as Notre Dame was the 6th seed coming in. Hopewell Valley was the 3 seed, and Notre Dame won that game 42-41 with Foley with 17 points. So familiar scene for both these teams, and anything can happen when these two teams get together.
Yeah, you look at the overall records, Notre Dame 5-20 this season, 2-6 in their league play. Hopewell Valley 15-5, and they went 5-2 in CVC Colonial League action. So we start talking about the Notre Dame Irish, Nick, but really it's the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs who have been impressive this season. 15 wins, 5-2 in the league. They earned the CVC, or the 4 seed here in the CVC tournament. And in their opening round action against Steinert, they continued to play well. They racked up their 4th win in a row, and 52-32, the final score in that Steinert game. But they didn't really get going until after the first quarter. It was close early until they were able to pull away and kind of establish a pretty impressive opening round victory.
Yeah, for Hopewell Valley, they were led by Kyle Yadamick with 17 points. Christian Heidi dropped 11 points. As Bulldogs have now won 6 out of their last 7 games. And really, you mentioned, Chris, as that game evolved, it changed. Hopewell Valley erupted for a 22-point second quarter, which really was the difference maker in their victory against Steinert. And two, they're the team, as Hopewell Valley is the 4 seed, they're a quiet 4 seed. You don't hear too much talk about it. I talked in our game I did with Jordan Hirsch on Tuesday against the Trenton. The Hopewell Valley is a quiet team, that little team you don't talk about too much. You talk about the Trenton, the Lawrence, the Ewing all season long, and they're the team that quietly could make it a run here. and really put some teams away and really surprised a lot of people.
And you mentioned Yadimick with the 17 points in the win over Steinert. But throughout this season, they've had 4 different guys averaging 9 points per game. So a group effort as well for Hopewell Valley, and a big team win in their opening round over the Steinert Spartans. All right, getting close to the start of tonight's action. We'll have the starters introduced in a moment. And tonight's game is brought to you by the Trenton Thunder. 2026 is here. And just around the corner, another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Full and half-season ticket memberships as well as multi-game packages are on sale now for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Visit Trenton Thunder Baseball Big League Futures Major League Fund. So again, the winner here in this quarterfinal round game will move on to play either Lawrence or Allentown. And across the rest of the CVC bracket, other quarterfinal round matchups, we do have the Ewing-Robbinsville game on the WBCB Sports Network. The Ewing Blue Devils, the 3 seed, hosting Robbinsville, and also on WBCB. Trenton, the Tornadoes, hosting the Nottingham Northstars. In fact, a quadruple header. We have both Ewing games, both a boys and girls doubleheader from the home of the Blue Devils. And again, Trenton in action tonight as they will host the Northstars. CVC quarterfinal round action on WBCB. We'll step aside and return for starting lineups and get you closer to the start of tonight's game. This is the Trentonian pregame show on the WBCB Sports Network. Tonight's game brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. The Prosecutor's Office has immediate openings for attorneys who have been admitted to practice in New Jersey to serve as assistant prosecutors. If you or if you're passionate about public safety and justice, looking for justice for all, we invite you to join the team at the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Make an impact in your community. For a full job description and application instructions, or to find out more about programs, services offered by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, visit mercercountyprosecutor.com. That's mercercountyprosecutor.com. Welcome back to Hopewell Valley High School. Chris Ermer, Gus Barber, Nick Gallagher with you as we get to this quarterfinal round hookup. The Hopewell Valley Bulldogs with an opening round win over the Steinert Spartans, 52-32. And they get the home game against the 12 seed Notre Dame Irish, they got a 55-53 win over Hightstown in the opening round. And in fact, they were up a little bit bigger than that. And then at the last moment, Hightstown hit a 3 to make it look like it was a nail biter. But in fact, the Irish felt like they had that one pretty well in hand as it got down to the final moments. So here they are in the quarterfinal round on the road. And we got starters coming up in just a little bit. Hopewell Valley led by head coach Matthew Stein. And for the Notre Dame Irish, they're led by Tim Stevens. Our officials tonight are David Brookaleary and Nick Garzillo. And here are the starters. First for the visiting Irish. First one out for the Notre Dame Irish, Lucas Shutterwitz, 5'11", senior guard. And he's joined by Angelo Pesh, 5'11", junior guard. And joining them, 6'2", junior forward Daniel Beecham. And number 2, big rebounder for this team, Colin Cunningham, a 6'1" senior forward. And number 0, 6-foot senior guard, Will Foley, who had 30 in their win over Hightstown to get them here into this quarterfinal round game. And now here are the starters for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs, again earning this home game with the 4 seed. And a win over the Spartans in round 1. Here they come, 5'11" senior guard, taking on the point guard role for this team, Ty Becker. And Grayson Vlasic, a senior guard at 5'11", joining Becker. Christian Heidi had 11 points in their win over Steinert, the 6'2" senior swingman out there, along with Emil Rybovic, the 6'2" junior forward, and their leading scorer in that win over the Spartans, Kyle Yadamek, 6' senior guard. And we are just about ready to go. Right now they will honor America with the playing of the national anthem, so stay with us here as we rise and get ready for the start of tonight's quarterfinal round.
Hi, Carol Reese. Most people diagnosed with skin cancer are not even aware of their cancer. It's important to get a complete skin checkup. Kessel.
All right, there we go as we set the scene here for the CVC tournament on WBCB. And tonight's game brought to you by Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Haldeman Ford has it all. New and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks. Haldeman Ford, a great variety of EV vehicles. Haldeman Ford on hand for tonight's game. Hopewell Valley. It's Becker, Vlasic, Heidi, Rybovic, and Yadamek. And for the Irish, Foley, Chudderwitz with Pesh, Beecham, and Cunningham. And we are underway. Bulldogs control first and get the offense going. Up top 3, just off the mark. That time from Yadamek, and then underneath us, scrapping for the loose ball, and we're going the other way. And the Irish fans who have traveled here to Hopewell Valley High School loving that.
Yeah, all 10 of them.
Well, also it's firing up the Bulldog student section, which seems pretty lively.
It's not about how big the crowd is, it's about how lively it is. Yeah. As you're saying, this Bulldogs crowd is living up to the reputation right now. ESPN in front.
Yeah, they're having some fun over there, and we expect to tonight as well. Nice find inside the vision for Notre Dame, and Colin Cunningham with the lay-in to put him up on the scoreboard first. So Hopewell Valley, Yadamek kicks out along the baseline, corner 3, high off the rim, an offensive rebound for the Bulldogs, so they'll get another crack at it. Across the floor to Ty Becker. Starts to drive, kicks out. Heidi with the pull-up jumper at the elbow, can't hit it, and finally secured by Will Foley. Foley streaking down the floor, takes contact, gets the whistle, doesn't get the bucket, but a trip to the line for the 6' senior.
Yeah, Will Foley missing 13 games this season with some injuries. Good for the Irish to get him back at really the perfect time when they did. And he's as fresh as he can be. And a perfect time for him to be fresh. Aggressive, going to the cup hard.
First free throw comes up just a little short. Don't forget you missed the action on BCB. Read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. 1 of 2 for Foley. And Irish in front 3-0. Early going here in the quarterfinal round of the CVC tournament. 4 games coming your way this evening on WBCB, including that Ewing Blue Devil doubleheader and action with Nottingham visiting the Trenton, going to Tornado Alley and taking on the Tornadoes on the drive, and then a drop off down low. Ty Becker finds his teammate, but they have to reset. Now out to Heidi. Heidi extension and finishes. Nice job off the glass for Christian Heidi. First points for the Bulldogs. Shutterwitz drops it down low. Big collision there and knocks Pesh to the floor. But he gets the benefit of the whistle and a trip to the free throw line. So another opportunity for the Irish at the stripe. Well, interesting time of year now. You got to survive to advance here in this CVC tournament. Again, the Irish going 1 of 2. And they cut the lead in half. Around the perimeter, Becker starts to dribble, takes it inside, kicks out, another corner 3. This time, Christian Heidi knocks it down. And the Bulldogs jump in front. Will Foley pump fake. Trying to work around the defender. Nice job there by Rybovic up top. Stout defense for the Bulldogs. Kick out, Chutterwich. Maybe that was Pesh. Firing that 3, can't connect. In transition, the Bulldogs, and 1. Grayson Vlasic takes it coast to coast. Count the bucket. And he will step to the line to add another one here to the scoreboard for the Bulldogs. Get that old-fashioned 3-point play. Again, tonight's game brought to you by the Trentonian. Read about tonight's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Vlasic unable to connect, and it's Bulldogs by 3. Pesh with the dribble up top. Deliberate possession, nice slashing to the bucket, Will Foley, and a good find. And Foley, he's got 3 of their 6 so far. Vlasic gives it over to Becker. Now Vlasic driving the baseline, kick out, open 3, not that time. Rybovic can't hit, but underneath, whistle and a foul. And this one goes against Angelo Pesh. Picks up his first. So just about midway through the first quarter tonight. Great to have you with us from Hopewell Valley High School, home of the Bulldogs. Again, the Bulldogs, the 4 seed here in this CVC tourney. And the Irish, the 12 seed, able to pull the upset over Heightstown in the opening round. Nice bounce inside. Unable to finish was Heidi. Will Foley pulls up with a 3. Just off the front rim.
Foley feeling confident. You could tell in that swagger before the shot. Just stepped into that. Too strong.
Yeah, but a confident take. Ty Becker now with it. Shovels over to Yadimick. Now Heidi back over to Becker. We talked to Coach Stein about his leadership. He said it's the seniors who lead this team. They don't really give out a captaincy. And they're a pull-up for a junior, Rybovic connecting. Little runner there makes it 9-6. And at the other end, Notre Dame, Chudderwich responds. Off glass and good. Makes it a 1-point game. Wow, great action so far in this quarterfinal round. Here in the first corner, Ty Becker hangs in the air, comes up a little short with the lay-in. Will Foley in transition, galloping through the lane, bangs into a defender, and is called for the offensive foul.
A little too aggressive there by Will Foley. Good defense, though, by the Bulldogs to get to the spot and draw that charge.
And Becker walks it over midcourt, gets the Bulldogs back connection here on the offensive end. Right, this weave in top, now a drive to the bucket for Rybovic. Comes up just a little bit short. Officials letting him play tonight.
It's always good to see.
Yeah, not giving him any ticky-tacks here as Pesh with the dribble up top. Starts with the left and then kicks out. Chudderwich around two defenders, but unable to get the bank shot. Pulled down, secured by Heidi. Vlasic, they count on him for his toughness as he backs down a defender, but then kicks back out again. Becker dribbling to the elbow, and he's cut off. Stepping into a long two, Grayson Vlasic made that look easy. And that was not an easy shot. 11-8 Bulldogs. Will Foley forcing the issue, taking it inside, and he steps back for the jump shot. Foley now with 5 of their 10.
Yeah, just on the other side. That was a tough shot by Foley himself. Fade away mid-range after getting some contact. That's a tough basket.
And it's a steal ripped away that time by Cunningham. And they're going to say that's a foul on the floor. Cunningham gets the whistle. But I don't think they're going to give him free throws. Here as we get down just under the minute mark in the first quarter. Checking in for the Bulldogs is Carter Horvath. They'd like to see his growth over this season, how he's developed this year. Down low there to Cunningham. Cunningham nearly loses it along the baseline, and then a foul push called on Horvath. So off the bench, picks up a quickie. And now Rybovic back on the floor. They'll give Heidi a quick breather. Irish here maybe going to look for a final shot in the first quarter. That has not been the complexion of the game. It's been a lot of shots, not a lot of deliberate possessions. That time Foley unable to hit the long three. Yadamick with the three-pointer. He's knocked to the floor, no whistle, offensive rebound. Vlasic keeps it alive. Yadamick here looks back at Coach Stein. And they will look for a good shot here right towards the end of the first quarter. Just 7 seconds left. Ty Becker drives, loses it, gets it back. Baseline jumper, no. And then Foley will just hold on to it for the Irish as we reach the end of quarter number 1. Bulldogs 11, Irish 10. It's CVC quarterfinal round action on WBCB. Hey, don't forget, if you miss any of tonight's action, read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. For complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County. 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian. Also thanks to Hyundai of Trenton, helping to power portions of tonight's game. They have over 1,400 tariff-free cars ready to go at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue, Ewing Township. Hyundai Kona, Palisade, Tucson, Santa Fe, Elantras, all priced for immediate sale. No one has the selection or the special pricing that Hyundai of Trenton has. Over 1,400 tariff-free cars. If you were ever thinking of a new car, an SUV, or an EV vehicle, now's the time to buy at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue, Ewing Township. Remember, they have over 1,400 tariff-free cars waiting for you to test drive now. As we get back to action, second quarter underway here from Hopewell Valley. Will Foley for Notre Dame, driving the baseline, goes underneath the bucket and then kicks it back out again. Beecham around the perimeter to Chudderwitz. Now Pesh on the drive. Hook shot along the baseline. No, Vlasic pulls down the rebound. It's deflected away momentarily, but pulls it in for another Bulldog possession. Vlasic now holds, little spin move, driving, and gets the layup.
Got a full head of steam right there. He was attacking the basket, and he wasn't letting anybody stop him right there. As you put the defender in a spin cycle.
That gives Vlasic 6 tonight. Yeah, a little spinorama there for Vlasic. Pesh up top, flips it across. Now Chudderwitz starts to dribble. Cunningham picks it up. His pass deflected away by Ty Becker. Gets the steal, and in transition gets the bucket. Ty Becker, his first points tonight. Extend the Bulldog lead to 5.
Heads up play by Becker to read that pass beautifully, get the ball, and take it all the way to the cup.
Now Will Foley gets the bounce, feels the mismatch, drives on his defender, gets the shot off, and gets to the line. And right there, Horvath didn't agree with the foul call.
Yeah, no, he was pleading his case. He hasn't been happy since he's gotten in.
And he's got whistled now for his second tonight. And Foley's second trip to the line starts with a connection to make it a 15-11 game. And there, that one was pure. And Will Foley there will get a little bit of a breather. Onto the floor for Notre Dame steps 5'10" junior guard A.J. Liberto, getting his first minutes. Vlasic on the drive, and he gets fouled. That time, it was Daniel Beecham. Vlasic's second trip to the free throw line tonight. Again, read about tonight's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage you can count on 7 days a week. It's all at the pages of the Trentonian. And that time, Vlasic coming up empty. Pesh over midcourt, out to Cunningham. Cunningham up top to Beecham. Irish trying to find some way to get closer to the bucket. That time trying to get Beecham in the high post. It's deflected and stolen by Hopewell Valley. Yadimick puts on the brakes. Flip it around, also out there, Josh Ballack. He kicks to Becker, gets it right back from Becker across the paint. Almost taken away by the Irish. Nice vision inside as Vlasic gets it to Ballack. And good thing he was looking for that one because that had a little mustard on it.
I don't know how he found Balak and how he got that pass cleanly off to him.
He must have used his binoculars there.
Some great vision by the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. Now they're trying to lock down the Irish as we near the midway point of the second quarter tonight. And the winner will move on to play either Lawrence or Allentown in the semifinal round. A big night of high school basketball on BCB. We've got the Ewing Blue Devils also on. Beecham with the drive. And he gets the finish. Big bucket there for the Irish.
Yeah, good job by him. Cradled that thing as he was going in to attack the basket. Good finish.
Yeah, used his length to get that one to go. And that ball deflected out of bounds. It stays with Hopewell Valley as Will Foley checks back in for Notre Dame. Becker out to Rybovic. Now Becker gets it back. In the corner to Becker. Vlasic pulls up his three. Long rebound deflected and finally pulled down by Beecham. Beecham there, hands off to Foley. And good first half of action tonight. Foley trying to get it back to Beecham, but the pass a little bit too hot and goes out of bounds, a little off the mark. Foley trying to make something happen. And they count on his playmaking ability, so you want to see that aggression from him. Just could not connect with Beecham. Vlasic now holds, works against Foley. Again, spin move, not quite that time. Doesn't get the bounce. That was nearly nifty. Beecham now bouncing inside to Foley. Foley trying to establish a post presence against Vlasic. It's tipped away, loose on the floor. Bulldogs have it, and they're able to get it to Yadamick. Nice job down there, Ty Becker doing the dirty work.
Yeah, it looked like Foley was looking for a foul on the other side.
Vlasic, he's open, lets it go. Three comes up short and pulled down by Beecham. Beecham and Foley, we've seen them kind of a two-man game. There, Beecham was trying to kick it out. His pass deflected, and it will stay with the Irish. Last off of Rybovic. Bulldog fans don't like it, but I think that's the right call. Unpopular opinion here in this gym, but
yeah. The lone voice, Chris Hermer.
Beecham over to Foley, firing away. Wow, that was halfway down, pops back out again. And Vlasic flips over to Yadamick. Vlasic driving, scoop shot, got a little bit too far underneath the bucket. And goes off the bottom of the rim. Now Foley working against Rybovic. Tries to drive on him and gets the whistle, and he will step to the line again. His third trip tonight here for Will Foley, the 6-foot senior who averages around 18 points per game for Notre Dame, but had an outstanding effort in their win over Heightstown with 30 in the opening round. And he has found his range when it comes to the free throw line.
Easiest points to get, as long as you can convert them.
Well, he missed his first, but after that, he's gone 5 for 5. And keeping the Irish in this one. Back to a 1-point game with under 2 minutes remaining before halftime. Vlasic out on the wing, up top to Yadamick. Yadamick, for the most part, has been neutralized tonight. There's Balak over to Ty Becker. Becker's drive doesn't quite get the finish. Long pass up the floor. Irish lucky to hold on to that one. Now a drive to the bucket. And Musa Kamara, he would love to have another shot at that one. Just couldn't get it to go. He had the bunny in front of him. And right there, Josh Ballack goes to the floor and is called for a travel. The Bulldog fans beside themselves there with that one, but Irish now with an opportunity to go in front.
Some of the Bulldogs players were baffled by that as well.
Again, the Irish getting an opening round win over Hightstown, but before that, they had lost 6 straight. So still trying to find their rhythm, and Foley is one of the guys who has been doing hard work. This time goes out of bounds, and they're gonna say it's last off of Foley. And back to the Bulldogs. I thought he deflected that off a player that was already out of bounds.
It looked like he was laying down and smacked it right off him, yeah, so.
I think the ball was already out, though. That's why the official marked it Hopewell possession.
Gotcha. Looking for Vlasic. Nice slash to the bucket, and he gets the pass from Yadimik. And for his efforts, a trip to the line, a blocking foul called on Notre Dame. And Vlasic with his 3rd trip to the free throw line tonight.
For how close of a game it's been and the action we've seen, I'm surprised we haven't hit the 20-point scorer mark.
Yeah.
Neither team has even hit 20 points yet, but yet they are going back and forth. Each team has had offensive opportunities, but yet on the other side, both teams are playing good defense.
Yeah, back and forth action. And right there, Vlasic just frustrated at this point. You saw after he missed his first free throw, disappointed with his efforts at the line. So far, he has gone 0 for 5 at the stripe. And now Will Foley dribbling and being allowed space. Will try to work the clock down to a final shot here in the first half. Ty Becker again not closing out. No, he'll pull up for 3 off the back rim. No. Chudderwitz had it momentarily. It's knocked away from him. And now the Bulldogs, Yadimik in transition, trying to get it to Ty Becker. And that's deflected out of bounds, but will stay with Hopewell Valley, which should give them enough time to get a decent shot before we get to halftime.
2 seconds left on the clock. Hey, you got enough to grab it, dribble it, and shoot.
Into Ballack.
Exactly what they did.
And Ballack adds 2 to make it 19-16. It's halftime with Hopewell Valley in front of Notre Dame here in the CVC quarterfinal round. And don't forget, if you miss any of the action tonight, read about the game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. All right, stay with us. We're going to step aside briefly, and then we'll return, recap first half scoring, and get you ready for second half action of the CVC quarterfinal hookup between the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs and Notre Dame Irish.
I saw Trenton in Nottingham. Trenton Nottingham said it was live. I guess they don't.
Shouldn't be like anybody. You can see how disappointing he was. Yeah. The first one.
Hi, I'm Errol Reese. Most people diagnosed with skin cancer are not even aware of their cancer. It's important to get a complete skin checkup. Kessel Dermatology offers a vast array of surgical procedures, including Mohs surgery, plus other non-surgical options. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, I'm Errol Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products manufactured in the USA. They're tested and developed by a team of board-certified dermatology experts, and they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
All right, welcome back to Hopewell Valley High School, home of the Bulldogs. They're in front 19-16 here in the CVC quarterfinal round. And let's take a look at first half scoring. First for the visiting Notre Dame Irish. They were led by Will Foley. Will had 9 points, 5 of those points coming at the free throw line. 4 points coming from Daniel Beecham for Notre Dame. And then you had 2 from Lucas Chudderwitz and 1 from Angelo Pesch, who connected at the free throw line. Just 16 points for the Notre Dame Irish, and Hopewell Valley also held in check for the most part, 19 for the Bulldogs. They were led by Grayson Vlasic. Vlasic had 6 points, and then it was 4 coming from Josh Ballack off the bench. And Grayson Vlasic had those 6 points, but had an opportunity to have quite a bit more. He had 5 opportunities at the free throw line where he was unable to hook up. Kyle Yadimich had a 3-pointer, 2 points coming from Emil Rybovic, 2 points coming from Christian Heide, and 2 points from Ty Becker for Hopewell Valley to give them a 3-point advantage at the break. And Nick, but for all of the action, the pace of this game, it's kind of remarkable that, as Gus said a few moments ago, neither team has eclipsed the 20-point mark. And especially in that second quarter, both teams were, Hopewell Valley scored 8, and the Irish only had 6 in the second quarter tonight.
Yeah, these two teams, though, they're not offensive firepower teams coming into the game anyway. Hopewell Valley was only averaging about 48. Notre Dame just averaging north of 50 points per game. But the thing for Notre Dame is all season, as much as we've talked about, Chris, they've struggled and Foley hasn't been in there. They've given up a lot of points this season, the third most allowed in the CVC, giving up 57 points per game this season. So I am surprised how low scoring it is. And Hopewell Valley's doing a lot of things right. They're executing their offense. Their shots aren't exactly falling. And credit to Notre Dame's defense. They've been in the passing lanes as well. They've been making things tough for Hopewell Valley down low, as physical as they are both being. But really, defense for both teams is really the reason why we're here in this low-scoring first half.
And the other thing, you look at the job that both teams did at the free throw line. Not a ton of opportunities, but Notre Dame, they took advantage of their trips to the free throw line, and for Hopewell Valley, they just did not do as well. They could have a bigger lead if they were able to take care of business at the free throw line, and I'm sure that Grayson Vlasic, I mean, saw his reaction after he missed the first free throw in his last trip to the line. You know he expects better from himself. And somebody actually stopped by our table here at the break, Gus, and they said, you know, that's just not who he is. Yeah. And so hopefully he'll be able to continue to get to the line, get those opportunities, because, you know, from what he's accomplished this season, he's better than that.
Yeah, and like you said, just for somebody who's on the outside perspective, coming up, looking at the points, and him even saying that just goes to show you that everybody knows what Vlasic is capable of, and he just hasn't been up to it today. But there is a whole 16 minutes in the second half to get that train going and really make this lead go big time.
You know, and the only issue I would say with that, too, is that, you know, you want to make sure that you stay confident. And in that last trip to the line, it felt like he was frustrated with his efforts, and hopefully he'll be able to just hold on to that sense of confidence that we heard from some of his fans here at the halftime break. All right, about to get back to action. Tonight's game brought to you by DiLorenzo's, and coming to Hamilton Township, the original DiLorenzo's. We're talking about the Berg Pizza. Third-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo bringing back the family recipes his great-grandfather created in 1938 when they started their tomato pie. Soon to be open at 147 Sloan Avenue in Hamilton Township, you'll be able to enjoy Tyler DiLorenzo's iconic Trenton tomato pie, along with their other tasty soups, sandwiches, great traditional family delicacies, great pizzas. If you want to enjoy them now, check out their Levittown location in the Vermilion Square Shopping Center, which is at 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown. And they're open for lunch and dinner. And look forward to the new location opening soon, 147 Sloan Avenue in Hamilton Township. DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza, also proud to support our local high school students on and off the field, and wishing everyone the best of luck here tonight in this CVC quarterfinal round game. Well, we got a good one going, a 3-point advantage for the home team as we swing back into action, and we swing into 2026 and another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball, full and half-season ticket memberships, as well as multi-game packages on sale now for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Trenton Thunder baseball, big league futures, major league fun. Having some major fun tonight, and looking forward to continuing our coverage of this CVC tournament on WBCB. Again, the winner here gets the winner of Lawrence Allentown. Other games tonight, we've got Nottingham and Robbinsville and Ewing. And Robbinsville with a 29-27 advantage in that game. That was at halftime.
That was at halftime. Game also at 5:30, so mirroring the exact same time as us, so it was going into half as we were going into half.
Yeah, a little synchronicity here in this CVC opening round.
Ooh,
with all these teams.
Synchronicity. I'm going to have to say that to the vocab bag.
Say that 5 times fast.
Back to action here tonight. Becker can't hold on to the pass, goes right through his arms. And the Bulldogs begin the second half with a turnover.
Well, if low scoring will tell you anything, guys, I mentioned at the top of our broadcast, Notre Dame winning the last 3 out of these 5 matchups by a combined 7 points. So this is a low scoring game going into the fourth quarter. Notre Dame is right there. Could pull off an upset.
Yeah, they like that, mucking it up and keeping it a low scoring game. Shutterwitz bottled up by Yadamek. Foley has the ball tapped by Vlasic. And now he'll start to dribble, spin move up top. He's bottled up and will get to the line. Boy, it looked like Vlasic had a hand on the basketball. but Rick Garzillo is right there. He said, nah, he had a hand on his arm, and so Foley again to the free throw line.
And through all that, I don't know how Foley doesn't travel there to fight through all that contact, get hit as hard as you do, and to not do more than 2 steps. Testament to him, man, oh man.
Well, now his 4th time getting to the free throw line, and he has not missed since his first free throw shot opportunity.
Straight cash money, son.
Yeah, knocking down 7 of 7. And making it, again, a 1-point game. Irish trailing Hopewell Valley. Yadimik starts to dribble. And he's defended there by Foley. Cut to the bucket there by Rybovic. And somehow hangs in the air, gets the shot off, and gets it to go. A little high wire act that time. So again, Bulldogs stretch it back to a 3-point advantage. Beecham in the corner. Changes direction, has it knocked away and stolen. Christian Heide picks his pocket. Yadimik takes it inside the paint, and he will get to the line. Shot goes off the back of the rim, but a push foul on Notre Dame. And as we said during our halftime activities, this is Bulldogs need to tighten it up at the line.
They came into tonight's game, this quarterfinal matchup, shooting 87% from the free throw line, so it's very unusual to see them struggling here in the stages of this game.
And there, Yadimik gets 1 of 2. 4-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Beecham, kick out, 3 on the way, yes. Pesh with a big-time bucket, and that's what we've seen from Notre Dame all night. They've been able to just get the response, hang in there.
Yeah, like you said, big time right there to stop the bleeding from Notre Dame and cut this to only a 1-point game.
Yeah, they've just been able to do what they needed to do to keep it close. That time, they get a good defensive stop on Ty Becker. Beecham there directing some traffic. Kick out, 3 on the way for Cunningham, no. And pulled down by Heide. Yadimik there, a little hesitation dribble, working against Foley. Gives it up to Rybovic. Now Heide pulls up. Jump shot at the elbow off the front of the rim. And rebounded by Pesh, who works it over midcourt. Now Notre Dame slowing things down momentarily, and then Foley sees just a little bit of daylight, and he breaks to it with a great layup.
Yeah, Foley's starting to get in rhythm and find his confidence here in the second half.
He leads all scorers with 13. Right there, Yadimik trying to answer with a 3. Pesh driving. Cut off by Becker, but he pulls up and finishes with the left hand. And the Irish in front, 25-22. And Hopewell Valley gonna talk it over with a 30-second timeout taken by the Bulldogs with 4:18 on the third quarter clock. Again, you missed any of the action here on BCB. Read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. And tonight's game brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. The Prosecutor's Office has immediate openings for attorneys who have been admitted to practice in New Jersey to serve as assistant prosecutors. If you're passionate about public safety and justice for all, we invite you to join the Mercer County Prosecutors team, make an impact in your community. For a full job description and application instructions, or to find out more about programs and services offered by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Check them out online, mercercountyprosecutor.com. That's mercercountyprosecutor.com. Bulldogs out of the timeout. Vlasic around 2 defenders and 1. Count the bucket. And a trip to the line for Grayson Vlasic. We talked about how the seniors providing the leadership for this Bulldog team. And right there, 5'11" senior guard showing his toughness, and big bucket out of that timeout.
Bulldogs needed something to get the momentum back. Notre Dame going on a nice run to start this third quarter.
And there, Vlasic connects at the line. That's got to feel good for him. It ties the game at 25. And now gives him 9 points so far tonight for the Bulldogs. Now Bulldogs with a little pressure, making it a little difficult to get it over the midcourt. They bounce to Cunningham. Cunningham, kick out to Kamara. And now they'll reset as they give it back to Will Foley. Corner 3, Cunningham knocks it down.
Didn't even have that much space, but he found a spot.
And there, Pesh called for a reach-in on Ty Becker. And right there, you know, Notre Dame kind of feeling it right there. Pesh felt like, yeah, maybe if he can tip this away, he keeps that momentum going with a steal and a run out, but instead called for a reach-in. Now Vlasic starts to dribble. He's double teamed and trying to get it to Yadovic, throws it away. Yadovic, just no communication there. He thought he was going to be in one spot. He was not there.
Little Houdini. Now you see me, now you don't.
Some good ball movement to break the Bulldog pressure, and now the Irish will get things set up. But Nick, we haven't seen a lot of like half-court sets. We've seen more of stuff like that. Foley taking advantage of whatever daylight he has, driving, can't finish, and then underneath, Kamara fights for possession for Notre Dame, and he knocks that off of a Bulldog. So we'll stay down here with the Irish.
A lot of ISO ball, Chris, it's been from Notre Dame tonight. They've worked quickly, too, when they do get set.
Yeah. Like there, a catch and
there.
shoot by Foley. Gets the bounce. Shooter's touch for Will Foley. And he leads all scorers now with 16 tonight. Again, he had 30 in their opening round win over Heightstown. You know, we thought they might need a big night from him, and he has provided that, especially in the third quarter. Now Vlasic with his quickness gets the shot off, and he banks it home. Vlasic, another guy you cannot give even the sliver of daylight. Well, Foley gets a screen from Cunningham up top. Now working against Ballack. And now Notre Dame will look over, and Tim Stevens calls a timeout. So they talk things over with 2:03 to go. Full timeout on the floor for Notre Dame. And we'll step aside, return here to Hopewell Valley. Here for more CVC quarterfinal coverage on BCB.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience. Our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
All right, celebrating the CVC tournament tonight on WBCB and celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community, Haldeman Ford. Route 33 in Hamilton Township, neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Haldeman Ford, they have it all. New and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks. Haldeman Ford, a great variety of EV vehicles. They service all makes and models. They're known for their fleet service and state-of-the-art collision center, and coming soon, the area's largest new commercial vehicle center, Haldeman Ford, here yesterday, here today, here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. Back to action, Notre Dame here with just under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Now out of the timeout as they find themselves up 4. And in large part due to Will Foley, who dribbled up top, gives it over to Pesh. Pesh trying to establish some space. He does. It's almost stolen away, but deflected to Cunningham. And now Foley retreats a little bit. And Irish happy to kind of limit the number of possessions here and work the clock towards the end of quarter number 3. Nice job as Foley drops it down to Musa Kamara. And Kamara gets his first bucket of the night.
Patience from Foley there. Kamara breaking at the perfect moment to get free and put it in that layup.
And Vlasic, as he goes around a defender, draws a foul. As that one picked up by Chudderwitz, his second tonight. 1 minute remaining, third quarter action here tonight on WBCB. Vlasic around a defender, and that has been money in the bank for him tonight. Again gets the finish, and he's got 13 points to lead the Bulldogs. Foley trying to work the clock and work against Ty Becker, splits defenders, takes it inside, and finishes with the left hand.
Foley is feeling himself right now, and he cannot miss. If it's a jump shot, driving to the lane, or whatever, he is hitting it.
Yeah, doing it every which way. That time, Heidi unable to connect on the 3. The long rebound pulled in by Becker. Yadamek doesn't connect. Heidi with an offensive rebound, another shot from distance. And at the buzzer, it's Kamara with the basketball for Notre Dame. And after 3 quarters, it's the Irish in front, 35-29 here in the CVC tournament. Well, good to have you with us tonight on WBCB. And again, thanks to DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza coming to Hamilton. And in Hamilton Township, we're talking about the original DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza. Third generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo bringing back the family recipes his great-grandfather created in 1938 when they started their tomato pie. And soon to be open at 147 Sloan Avenue in Hamilton Township. You'll be able to enjoy Tyler DiLorenzo's iconic Trenton tomato pie, along with their other great soups, sandwiches, other traditional family delicacies, other outstanding pizzas. And if you want to enjoy them right now, check out their Levittown location. That's in the Vermilion Square Shopping Center, 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown, and they're open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. And look for that new location coming soon to 147 Sloan Avenue in Hamilton Township. DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, also proud to support our local high school students on and off the field, on and off the court, and wishing everybody the best of luck tonight. Well, we got a good one going as the underdog has a 6-point lead as we get things back underway in the fourth quarter. Chudderwitch, long pass across the floor to Foley. Foley starts to drive, kick out, open 3, rims out for A.J. Liberto.
Yeah, doesn't hit it, but he's wide open because everybody's doing the attention to Foley driving to the lane.
Wow, Yadamek is called for a jump ball. I mean, you mentioned strength earlier with Will Foley. Same story there for him to get that shot off through contact. Required quite a bit of strength, but they say there was enough of a held possession to call the jump ball. Arrow favor the Bulldogs, so we'll stay down here. And then the inbound deflected, looking for Christian Heidi.
Well, big scoring outburst for Notre Dame in that third quarter. 19-10 advantage over Hopewell Valley. So a big outburst for the Irish, getting this lead.
Nearly a 5-second violation, and then the inbound goes off of the divider here, high above midcourt.
Yeah, as soon as
you can't do that. That's a turnover.
As soon as he let it go, just how high it was, I had a feeling it was going to hit something.
Well, they were getting close to a 5-second violation. You felt that desperation growing. Will Foley over to Chudderwitz. 3 on the way. No, inside. It's Cunningham, and Colin Cunningham wrestled down to the floor. And what's the call here? Jump ball.
I think they're going to say, yeah, jump ball, Notre Dame inbound.
Yeah, and the Irish now have the arrow, so we'll stay here with Notre Dame. Send it to Kamara. Now Cunningham flips it over to Will Foley. And Foley, you can see that composure really settles everything down for Notre Dame as we've got about a minute gone in the fourth quarter. And they're up 6, but so far no scoring here in the fourth quarter. And Will Foley on the drive. He draws the foul. Christian Heidi called for the reach in.
Going to be on the floor, though, so it's going to be an inbounds here for Notre Dame.
First team foul here in the fourth quarter. Chudderwitz over there working through a double team. Now Foley establishing a little bit of space. Takes it inside the paint, pulls up for the jump shot and flexes as he puts the Irish up 8.
Largest lead of the night for either team.
Vlasic gives it up to Rybovic. His 3 no good. Cunningham flying in there. Body's going every which way, and it's another jump ball. We'll talk about the officials letting them play. We made that comment earlier, and certainly some physicality in this one tonight. Vlasic gets it back from Yadimik. Working the baseline. Ty Becker. Little adjustment in the air and banks that one in. Bulldogs needed that big time. Now timeout on the floor with 6:11 remaining tonight. Having some fun. Chris Ermer, Gus the Bus Barber, Nick Gallagher with you from Hopewell Valley. And tonight's game brought to you by Haldeman Ford, celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community. Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Haldeman Ford, they have it all. New and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks. Haldeman Ford has a great variety of EV vehicles. Haldeman Ford, they service all makes and models, and they're known for their fleet service and state-of-the-art collision center. And coming soon, the area's largest new commercial vehicle center. Haldeman Ford, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. Well, time here for the Bulldogs to mount the comeback, but on the inbound, they're whistled for a foul on Pesh. And that is their second team foul here in the fourth quarter. I mean, you can't afford too many of these fouls before you get the opponents near the bonus. There, Cade Cunningham pushed as he deflects it. Vlasic takes over for the Bulldogs across the floor to Becker. Becker trying to elbow his way inside. Christian Heidi tries the put back. That's too strong. And the Irish finally have it. And then at midcourt, a collision there as Heidi bangs right in to Notre Dame, and that's foul number 3.
Yeah, you can see things getting chippy now between these two teams.
Bulldogs showing they're the more desperate team, guys, at this stage of the game, just trying to get turnovers and turn those into points quickly here.
Yeah, but this foul differential could become an issue as it's 3 team fouls, and they're going to call a jump ball on that one. Thought that might be team foul number 4. I'm not sure what that was, but I didn't think that was a shared possession at all.
No.
I'm with you. I thought that was a foul, if anything.
But the Irish now with the possession arrow, so we stay here with 5:34 to go. Inbound to Cunningham, and he has it pulled right down. Ty Becker, I mean, that's what you call a jump ball right there.
Now that was a jump ball. Ripping at it, both guys trying to get the possession.
That was some Bulldog stuff right there. Bulldog attitude from Ty Becker. And Hopewell Valley with the arrow and a shot from Yadamik. No good. Oh, man, right there. Pesh all over Rybovic. No whistle on the floor, rolling around with it. And there they call a jump ball. And so on this one, they're arrow favoring Notre Dame.
There must have been 10 to 15 jump balls here in the second half alone.
I mean, we're getting close to double digits for
It has
sure.
to be. I'm serious.
And a lot of them coming here in some important minutes in the fourth quarter of this CVC quarter. Will Foley right there as he works it up the floor. I mean, right there, that easily could have been whistled a foul on Yadamik.
I thought that was a foul and a half. It looks like he grabbed Foley's arm.
But instead, a turnover. And now Vlasic gets the shovel pass underneath the bucket.
How did he find him?
Oh, my goodness.
Finds his teammate, but before the pass, a whistle underneath. And now Beecham will head to the bench as Kamara back on the floor for Notre Dame. Well, all these jump balls has really taken the flow and the rhythm out of this fourth quarter right now. Would love to see this game get back to what it has been throughout most of the night. Back and forth action between two teams looking to survive and move on here to the CVC semi. Vlasic starts to dribble, looking for Somer to go with it, shovels over to Yadamik. Yadamik driving, working the left side of the lane, and gets the finish. Makes it a 4-point game, and now the Bulldogs applying pressure. Pesh passing it over to Foley. Foley working through contact. Kamara has a guy on his back, and there he sheds the defender and gets the layup. At the other end, Yadamik in the lane, hangs in the air, doesn't get it to go. Foley, there, I mean, it almost looks like they're trying to foul him, and now finally.
I think they intentionally fouled 3 times, and they missed the first 2. I don't know how they missed the first 2, but they did.
Well, now it means the next foul will put Notre Dame at the free throw line. They'll be in the bonus. As they flip to Foley, directs traffic and flips it across the floor to Pesh. Nice bounce into Cunningham. Now Pesh driving, kick out, Chadowitz, yes. A 3-pointer from Lucas Chadowitz makes it a 9-point game with 3:51 to go. Ty Becker puts on the brakes, pulls up his jump shot a little bit short. And then Cunningham picks up the Lucy. Pesh over midcourt, over to Chudderwich. Cunningham, they're down low. Nice find as another bucket from Lucas Chudderwitz extends the Notre Dame lead to 11, and Hopewell Valley will take a full timeout to talk things over. And we'll step aside as well. We'll return here to CVC quarterfinal action on WBCB. Well, another impressive performance for Will Foley tonight for Notre Dame. He had 30 points in their win over Hightstown. Tonight, I've got him for 20. My book is sometimes lacks accuracy, but gives some perspective and insight into the game. And no question, Will Foley, any way you slice it, having a great game tonight here in this CVC quarter. But the Bulldogs, they just feel like they're a sleeping bear. Vlasic on the drive, scoop shot with the right hand. And he continues to lead this Bulldog attack. Bulldogs trying to come up with some turnovers. Irish need to get it over midcourt. They finally do. And now to try to set things up, Foley starts to dribble. Weaves his way through some traffic, gives it over to Pesh. Yeah, at this point, Notre Dame, they just want to be deliberate every time they have the basketball. Spreading the floor, it looks like what they're hearing from the bench. And again, just spread that floor. Keep moving the basketball around. And there's a foul on Vlasic. And so that's foul number 5, and we'll put Pesh at the stripe. And for Notre Dame, at this point, if you can knock down these free throws, that might be your ticket to the semifinal round. And for a team, well, actually, I was going to say for a team that didn't start well at the line, they've been pretty good at the line all night long. And Angelo Pesh, 2 for 2 right there, 46-35, and another timeout taken by Hopewell Valley. This time a 30-second timeout. So we'll remind you that tonight's game brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. The Prosecutor's Office has immediate openings for attorneys who have been admitted to practice in New Jersey to serve as assistant prosecutors. Find out more online at mercercountyprosecutor.com. That's mercercountyprosecutor.com. Well, interesting. I think there was a movement towards, kind of flipping the script, and the boys' games are first here in the quarterfinal round, and the girls' games are being played second. So right now the Ewing boys are in action, and we'll have the Ewing girls' game later tonight on WBCB. That one is set to tip off at 7 o'clock. And kind of going on right now, you got the Ewing Blue Devil boys in action, and the Trenton Tornadoes also in action on BCB. Vlasic with a long 3, follows up his miss, and a nice job there to try to track that one down. Ends up going off of Notre Dame. It was off of Chudderwitz. Rybovic over to Vlasic, catch and shoot, and his 3 rebounded by Foley. Chudderwitz right there. I mean, right there you kind of see the strategy. Chudderwitz probably had an opportunity to drive, but that is not what they're looking to do right now. Just looking to spread the floor and keep things going. Meanwhile, it's Ewing in front of Robbinsville, 52-46, with about 2:20 remaining in that one. So the Blue Devils, the 3 seed, maybe working their way into the semi. And Trenton taking care of Nottingham, 43-27. That game started a little bit later, so that's just about a minute until the halftime in that one.
Yeah, about to go to half in that one. Trenton have a handed lead against Nottingham. Nottingham coming back from a 22-point deficit just the other night against Hamilton West. We did that game. That was a phenomenal comeback.
So then you'd say that's going to be the Tornadoes and the Blue Devils in the semifinal round there. And
those
right
games,
now the Irish trying to get it done to maybe play either Lawrence or Allentown.
those games will be next Wednesday from West Windsor, Plainsboro, and North. So no more home court advantage after tonight.
1 for 2 at the line for Pesh. That makes it a 12-point game, 1:45 to go. Desperation for the Bulldogs, and travel violation on Vlasic. Took a step and then jumped into that shot. So Becker now heads to the bench momentarily. Bulldogs get Jacob Berman out there, trying to come up with a steal, bring a little intensity off the bench. Nice ball movement by the Irish to break the pressure, and then Foley gets hacked. Coming down with a hatchet on that one as
he hacked
takes
hard.
a shot.
That's one of those ones where afterwards, if there was a little extracurricular, I could understand why. Not saying they should do it. I'm just saying I can understand why there was extracurricular activities.
All right, by my count, that gives Foley 21. And right now, he is going to be our player of the game if the Irish can close the door. And right now, that door is pretty much shut. Can Ty Becker do anything? Scoop shot underneath and one. There you go. The 5'11 senior guard with just what Hopewell Valley needed.
It's only Becker's 5th point of tonight, having a very quiet game. And Chris, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast in our Trentonian pregame how Hopewell Valley this season gotten contributions from everywhere. But tonight it's been mostly Vlasic has really been the offensive game for them. You know, everyone's really been quiet.
Offensive rebound. Jacob Berman with the stick back. And that cuts it to a 10-point game. And then after the bucket, is there a timeout? Irish looked like they were. Look, the Irish all were looking or headed to the bench.
It looked like the Irish thought there was a timeout, but no timeout.
Instead, Colin Cunningham will inbound as he works it along the baseline, tries to get it to Foley, and poked away by the Bulldogs. Will try it again. But before we try it again, timeout taken, full timeout, as the Notre Dame Irish will talk it over, and we'll return here for more CVC quarterfinal action on WBCB.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Tonight's game made possible in part by the Trenton Thunder. Yeah, 2026 is here. Trenton Thunder baseball right around the corner. Another summer filled with the Trenton Thunder. Full and half season ticket memberships as well as multi-game packages are on sale now for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Trenton Thunder baseball, big league futures, major league fun. You see, one of their guys is playing in the World Baseball Classic.
I did see that for Great Britain, I believe.
They do get it into Foley, and then as Foley tries to dribble through 2 defenders, he's knocked to the floor, and it's a Bulldog foul, which will have us walking the floor. And Foley with 2 free throws. And again, if the Irish can take care of business at the line, just not a lot of time left for Hopewell Valley to try to come from behind. And Foley has been outstanding all night long in just about every, you talked about how he was doing a good job shooting from the outside, driving to the bucket, playing defense, all around game, and at the free throw line has been stellar and continues there as he nothing but net to make it 51-39. Yadimik drops it down low to Vlasic. That's what you want, a 3. Instead, Heidi drives, and there's another way to get it done. Little lay-in to cut it to 10. Foley across to Pesh. Pesh back to Foley. He splits 2 defenders. Nice ball movement up to Chatowitz, and there's a goaltend as that was through the cylinder and then knocked back out again by Christian Heidi. Now you see the frustration here from some of the Bulldog players. And right there, Pesh whistled for the push on Ty Becker. Well, this Irish team is becoming the story of the CVC tournament at this point. They came in with a huge losing streak before winning to Heightstown. Ty Becker dancing through the lane, and he gets the lay-in to cut it back to a 10-point game with just 38 seconds remaining and a timeout on the floor. But for the 12 seed here to be doing what they are doing, Nick, impressive stuff for Notre Dame, unexpected stuff for the Irish. And from here on out, now maybe they have to face the 1 seed potentially next. But I don't know, for Notre Dame, right, these 2 games must give you quite a boost of confidence and really, I don't know, we talked with Coach Stevens about the preseason expectations. Without Will Foley, things really changed in that calculus. Now with him back on the team, man, you can start to dream big again.
Yeah, you really can. You can say everyone around Foley is just getting confidence, and he's finding guys. He's making the plays. He's making everyone around him better, and that's just such a great senior leader as he can be, and shows how much they miss his presence this season, and really how different they are of a team no matter what their record indicates. And head coach Tim Stevens also said they're really playing with house money today. I mean, they're playing very relaxed, Chris. Hopewell does feel like they're the home team. You have all the pressure as the 4th seed. The expectations are all on you, to get to the semifinal as a top seed against an opponent home who has struggled all season long, scoring and playing defense. And Hopewell Valley has really not played to their standards today. And Notre Dame, credit to them, they've really rose to the occasion.
All right, the Irish now. Cunningham, he is allowed to work along that baseline, bounces it into Foley, and then Foley takes a shot right across the face.
That was a hard one, too.
And Foley nonchalantly walks to the free throw line. And I think hey, if that's the price that I got to pay tonight, he is more than willing.
Oof. Just make sure to give him his change. Get it because the price he has to pay. You got it.
Right,
Gus is filled with jokes here. Get on the joke bus.
I got to check with the official scorers team. I think that gives him 25 tonight. Ty Becker on the drive. Nice job. Hesitation, sheds the defender and lays it in. And then Foley splitting defenders. Kamara across the floor to Chatowitz, and now they'll try to spread the floor, but before they're given an opportunity to do that, Vlasic fouls Chatowitz. And the Irish fans that have traveled here to Hopewell Valley, they start the serenade. The old Steam song. Hey, 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 goodbye.
So I've never understood whose song that was. Is that who it is, Steam?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always wanted to know whose actual song
Like,
it
oh,
was.
some kind of 70s one-hit wonder, but a favorite
I don't think
anthem that you hear in the gym, that's for sure.
I never knew it was a real song. I just thought it's something somebody cocked up, you know?
Yeah, na 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 na, hey hey. Well, it's a night to celebrate for Notre Dame, but certainly disappointment here for the Bulldog fans. Again, they had put together an impressive season. They still have a lot to look forward to with New Jersey playoffs around the corner, and they continue to fight on, no question about that. Christian Heide trying to prove something. But now as Will Foley walks the floor, he gets the Irish fans here celebrating. You know, up until the final moments, right? You never want to you never want to celebrate before it's over, but they have done a great job tonight.
They could start celebrating right about now.
With 8.6 remaining at the line, Will Foley continuing to get it done. Poked away there from Becker, and Ballack in transition can't finish. To the floor goes Ballack and Chatowitz. I don't know if that was an elbow or what the heck hit. That was sounded like a pretty big collision.
Hard fall.
And Notre Dame will get the basketball with 1.9 remaining. Well, I thought that was Notre Dame basketball. No, the Bulldogs with 1.9 to go. They send it in to Christian Heide. His three rims out, and the Irish celebrate. Notre Dame winning it 56-47 here in the CVC tournament quarterfinal round, and they survive and advance to the semis. And right now, trying to make sure good sportsmanship prevails here in this last moment as the teams shake hands in what was a tightly contested, and the score I don't think really indicates how close this game was. A 9-point win for Notre Dame. Our player of the game is Will Foley. We're going to step aside and return. Hope to talk to Will in just a moment here on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Errol Reese. Most people diagnosed with skin cancer are not even aware of their cancer. It's important to get a complete skin checkup. Kessel Dermatology offers a vast array of surgical procedures, including Mohs surgery, plus other non-surgical options. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health.
To Hopewell Valley High School, where the Notre Dame Irish get a huge CVC quarterfinal round win, and our player of the game is Will Foley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Will, what was the key tonight for you guys? Seemed like you were providing a lot of energy for this team, but this got a little bit chippy, a little personal tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're a great team. It's a battle every time. They got us early in the season, and we knew we were coming to their place and had to get them again. And I just want to shout out the coaching staff. 5-20, they could have quit on us a long time ago, but they stuck with it every day, day in, day out. And if it weren't for everybody here, whether you got a jersey or in the program, this was a program win.
Well, the players also deserve quite a bit of credit for hanging in there and continue to buying into what this Irish team is about here, Nick.
Yeah, Will, 57 points in your first 2 games back. I've missed a lot of time this year. What does it feel like just to be fresh again and making a run towards the CVC tournament?
Yeah, it may have been a blessing in disguise. Of course, it was, terrible to be out for 4 weeks, but fresh legs and just a killer mindset because this is the last ride, and I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
And talk about how this team is believing in each other right now. I mean, these 2 games have got to give you guys quite a bit of confidence going into the semis.
For sure. I mean, we knew we were destined for a run. We joke it's in the script, so we're ready for who's ever next.
All right, well, we will see how that script plays out here as the Notre Dame Irish move on to the CVC semifinal.
Let's go!
Our player of the game. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
It's up for a post-game interview of the season here on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary.
All right, welcome back to Hopewell Valley High School. Got to figure out where the heck I am here. And thanks to Will Foley for coming over and joining us here for our post-game interview. And congratulations to Notre Dame here as they pull the upset. And, Nick, I don't think enough love is given to the coaches out there, though. The work that they put in, and it sometimes comes without a lot of reward. And I love that Will, it lifts up his coaches in that post-game interview, and they haven't had the results that they're looking for. And he says, yeah, these coaches sticking with us, but those players have to stick with it too.
Right.
And I think he also crediting his teammates, but I think the team should get a little more of the credit, and the coaches probably say, yeah, it was the coaches would give the guys the credit.
Right. I mean, and the coaches do deserve the love. I mean, this is a time of year where coach decision and coach decisions are under a microscope from their respective fan bases. And, credit to Will to coming back and battling through the injury. And obviously his senior leadership has really, helped him while he was absent to continue moving things along. And they struggled along the way and had their ups and downs and, small victories here and there. And they got to take that as you can. And, you kind of wipe the slate once you get to the CVC tournament. Anybody can win it. And now you got a Cinderella that's still dancing going to the semifinal up against a 1 seed in Lawrence or an 8 seed in Allentown. So the clock has not struck midnight yet for the Irish as they battle on the next week on Wednesday in semifinals.
Yeah, unfortunately, at the 12 seed, as you said, they now move to these neutral sites and stuff like that. You don't get the benefit of having a home game after a big win, but they will meet the winner of either Lawrence or Allentown in the CVC semifinal. Big thanks to all of our sponsors for helping to power portions of tonight's game, including the New Jersey Education Association, Kessel Dermatology, Capital Health System, Team Toyota, the Revere Restaurant, Notre Dame High School. Thanks to DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, the Trenton Thunder, your Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Haldeman Ford, the Trentonian, and Hyundai of Trenton. And thanks to the crew here, Gus the Bus Barber doing our video engineering behind the camera and breaking down the action, Nick Gallagher. And our final score here from Hopewell Valley, it was the Irish 56 and the Bulldogs 47. Notre Dame moves on to the CVC